Hello again. Welcome to John's Jazz Joint. Myself and my producer Lisa, happy to invite you once again to a look at the background to some of the important jazz songs that have made it through the decades. Today we're going to be looking at a song that had a couple of highlights. It was first of all made famous by Nat King Cole, and then later on by a whole bunch of folks, including Conway Twitty. So Conway Twitty tried to turn it into a rock and roll song. But let's first a word about what the subject is. The subject is Mona Lisa. My wife and I were traveling through France one year, and we stopped in at the Louvre Museum in Paris, and we went through all the hallways, and we were quite impressed by all of the artifacts that Napoleon had brought back from different countries. But we came to one corridor where there were a group of, maybe 25 people staring at the wall. And we wondered, what in the world is this about? So we edged ourselves to the crowd, and we saw what amounts to a very small picture. It turned out to be a picture of the Mona Lisa. It is roughly 31 inches by 21 inches, and it is painted on a piece of poplar plank, that is, a piece of wood. It's not painted on canvas. It's under a bulletproof glass, and it has its own lighting. In fact, it has its own room now. The government of France, who owns it, has given it its own room with its own lighting, and it belongs to the government of France. But where did it come from? Well, it was originally painted at the request of Francisco del Gioconda, an Italian nobleman who wanted his wife to be the subject of a painting. And so in 1503, Leonardo da Vinci, the scientist, artist, poet, painter, began this painting. And when he died in 1519, the painting was still found in his possession, so it never really got to the person who commissioned it. However, from that point on, Leonardo da Vinci had been invited by the King of France, Francis I, to come and live in France. So he left Italy, and he moved to a palace in the Loire Valley, and he continued his work there. And as I said, this painting was found after Leonardo died in 1519. So the point is that this was a revolutionary painting at the time, because as you can see from the picture of Laconda, there was a subject in the front, and in the background it was almost as if he was painting from an airplane. It's an aerial view of bridges and people moving, and then it moves into a mountainous terrain. So all of that was a revolutionary technique at that time. Now, why are we looking at it today? Well, if you take a look at the lady's face, which we'll do now, she is renowned for the somewhat unusual smile that she has here. We don't know whether she was expressing some kind of romantic interest, or whether it was, it is in some respects regarded as being happiness, that she's expressing happiness. But a lot of people have wondered about what was she really thinking when this painting was done. And so the song that we're going to be looking at today, Mona Lisa, addresses this question of, are you really happy, or are you lonely? Why do you have that look on your face? And it seems to me, if I can make a personal observation, that many times, and I'm not saying that this is a truism, but it just seems to an observation, sometimes the prettiest girls are the ones who are misunderstood. We really don't, they're not approached because they're kind of intimidating. And sometimes this is why beautiful girls are kind of left on the shelf. They're not approached. And so I kind of think there's something of that in the background to this song. So I hope you enjoy it. Mona Lisa. This will be the Conway Twitty version. And of course, it was done by many other people, including Nat King Cole, Bing Crosby, a whole bunch of other people. So here we go. Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa, men have named you. You're so like the lady with the mystic smile. Is it only 'cause you're lonely they have named you? For that Mona Lisa strangeness in your smile. Well, do you smile to tempt a lover, Mona Lisa? Or is this your way to hide a broken heart? Many dreams have been brought to your doorstep. They just lie there, and they die there. Are you warm? Are you real, Mona Lisa? Or just a cold and lonely, lovely work of art? Well, in a villa in a little old Italian town lives a girl whose beauty shames the road. Many yearn to love her, but their hopes all tumble down. What does she want? I guess nobody knows. Do you smile to tempt a lover, Mona Lisa? Or is this your way to hide a broken heart? Are you warm? Are you real, Mona Lisa? Or just a cold and lonely, lovely work of art? Well, to return to the Mona Lisa painting, I mentioned that it's in the Louvre Museum in Paris. If you get a chance, please go there. You'll be looking at a piece of wood that has become a revolutionary point in the history of art. And you will also be aware that not everybody is keen on that. Back in the year 1911, the picture itself was stolen from the museum, and it was not returned until 2 years later. It became very famous worldwide for the theft. And there have been various attacks on the Mona Lisa on this painting, and that's why the great security has been put on it. So she occupies her own room in the museum. She's the only subject in that particular room. Well, that about wraps it up for today, the Mona Lisa. Hope you've enjoyed it, and look forward to seeing you the next time. Bye for now from Lisa and myself. Bye now.